Welcome to SatoriQuest Academy. In this episode, we're going to cover a fantastic game which happened in 1984. During that game, this position came, and as you can see, the knight is hanging and it's black to play. And black played us amazing move which we cannot even think of initially, but then once we know, we will get to know in depth idea about this move. He played king to f, such a brilliant move, right? I mean, the knight is simply hanging, but then the idea behind this move is to bring the rook. So imagine then what happened after king f6 is d takes c6, and then this rook will come to attack, and then these two rooks will dominate the center, as well as the king will get in a very bad position. So he played rook h e8, and as you can see here, the only move is king f4. And here there are a lot of variations, so we'll go one by one. So here black played rook to e4. Again, the only move is king to g3. And now you can calculate that bishop is still hanging, and white's bishop is also hanging. So if we take rook takes c4, then c takes b, and then attack is getting neutralized, and white will be happy with the extra knight, because even if we try to give this kind of checks, white can simply play this. Next move, he can push this pawn and hide the king behind, and he will be happy to have the extra knight. So this will not work for the black. So black just calmly defended this bishop, and you will see in future this bishop will play a very huge role when the king will go to h3. So bishop c8 played, and now the bishop is hanging. So he just played rook a to c1, and then came rook g4, then king h3 and f4. Now you can see this bishop is coming into very is coming very alive, and a rook we can move anywhere, and we can even think of this move as a rook g3, and double check will be very powerful. So but in this position, white was having so many amazing moves. First of all, he was having this bishop takes a6 move, which is very hard to find. But then, as you can see, bishop cannot capture because king takes g4, and then white will be winning. So black had no option but to repeat the moves. Like he had to give this check. We cannot take the rook because it's double check. Bishop is also giving the check. Rook also. We cannot capture the rook because pawn is protecting. So the only move is this. And if again the black player will play this, and this will end up in a draw, then you will say why not king h5? This is a danger position because this rook comes into the action, and this is checkmate. Any knight if you put, this is check and mate for white. So white will not step into this file. He can only repeat the move. So like that game would have ended actually, but white player missed this move, uh, and instead he played knight to e5. He was having one more strong move, which was c7. The idea behind the c7 is okay to deflect this rook first. So let's suppose rook goes to e8, and then as I've already mentioned, right, we have this strong bishop going on, and somehow white needs to neutralize that. So he had a great move called bishop e6. I mean, this is so wonderful because he's sacrificing his piece in a correct manner. As you can see, bishop takes, like if rook takes, simply you will hang the rook, so that is not possible. So bishop takes c6 will come with a rook to c6 idea, pinning down this, and next move I can just play this and capture this. So okay, uh, black is having few options now. Rook g3 can be played, and then if this, he can go to king h5, and then now no option, so rook has to come back now because next move this is hanging, and then I will pick up the rook with the king. So rook g6, and then white had a great option, rook takes e6, and as you can see with this c6 move we played, rook cannot capture this. If rook captures, we are promoting to the queen and winning the game. So this is not possible, and so rook cannot move. So the only move is king takes e6. and then rook could have come here, and then king d7 and rook takes rook. As again you can see, you king cannot take because here we will promote to the queen and will win the game. So black had only option like king takes, and then still white will win this game easily because he is having one extra knight and it's an end game and attack is also neutralized. So white will easily win this. So white actually missed this amazing move, which was bishop to e6. This was the and first of all this c7 and rook e8 and bishop e6. That was the whole idea. Then instead he played knight e5. This also, if we look in depth, it's very good move actually, to be honest, because what it is doing is, if you take this king takes, he will come with the rook check. King goes to d4. If he goes, then we have this strong check, and then we will pick up the rook. So as you can see, king cannot step here or anywhere else, but he has to come back here, and then still bishop e6 option works out very well because same idea. If you play bishop e6, I will just chop off this, and white is again better in this position. So we cannot actually capture his knight. And you know what? Like again, as I said earlier, this battery is very, very strong. Anytime we can move the rook here and here and give a check. But you know, now in this position, suppose if you give this kind of a check, he has a counter like check after this. Like sorry, if you give any other check like this, so he has a counter check defending the check as well as giving you the check. So that's the idea behind this 95. At the same time, it is threatening to capture the rook also. So many threats with this move, and black found a correct continuation. Any other continuation will, as we've seen this, it will not work. But black played a brilliant move, king g5. The idea behind this move is if knight takes g5, bishop takes g5 is check and mate. So this will not work, and any other moves also will not work because now the idea is next move rook h4 is checkmate. So white has to do something about it, and that's why he played knight check, attacking the king as well as the rook. And any other move is not good because as if we move this simply here, he will capture, and then it's again good for white. So he played this move. So the idea behind is like still rook h4 mating idea is there. Even if you take this rook now, rook h4 is check and mate. So that will not work. But then white came up with another strong move is bishop e2. So what it is doing now, pinning down the rook. So now rook cannot give the mate because it's pinned here, and it cannot move also. So that was a good move. But then black found even better. As you can see, this is hanging. So he just played rook to d3. Amazing move. And the idea is if you play bishop f3 or something, I will take, and rook g3 is check and mate. So that will not work. F3 is also the same idea. Rook g3 is simple mate. Okay, so that will not work. And the only way to survive this is g3. Okay, and g3, then we will play f3. And after f3, as okay, white will try his best with the rook c5 check, but that will not work because we have g5. Even if you try to take this, we have this check. So as you can see, now bishop is giving the check. White king is completely tied down. Only move is this, and then we will take this. And after king g3, we are simply winning because this is also check. And any move after that, we will be completely winning after this move. Taking up this and or even bishop f3 here is amazing move. It's like we will force this and then later pick up the rook and promote to the queen and win the game. So that was so many variations. And one more last variation here is more interesting is if you try to deflect this bishop by playing rook d2, that is not working at all because then comes rook c5 strongly. As you can see, the bishop is pinned, and then any move like g5 or something will not work this time because the pin is still on this. So rook g5 is made for us also. So That's very bad. So the important point here is not to play rook d2, but rook d3 here. That's a very crucial point. And any other move after g3 or f3 and bishop f3 all loses very easily.